Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Algebra 1 Area Method video for homework. There's 3 boxes and an extension problem, so be on the lookout for that at the end. In box number 1 here, I'm just going to teach you how to read area tiles, because if we don't know how to read them, then we can't actually work with these things, okay? So there's 3 that we're going to work with today. An area tile is just a tile with a certain amount of area in it. We're going to have 3 of them. The first one is a 1 by 1. And that makes an area of 1 when I shade this in. The area, of course, is just length times width. The second one is a 1 by x, so that when I shade this in, the area of this represents x, right? So the area of this is representative of 1. The area of this is representative of x because x times 1 is just x. So this area is going to represent x. And then this shape right here, you can see that this dimension is x and this dimension is x. So therefore, when I shade this in, hopefully you can see that x times x, the area of this square is x squared. X times x is x squared. So this is how we read algebra tiles. This is going to be important because we're actually going to use these to multiply binomials. Okay, here is box number 2. We're going to do this as an example. We're going to use algebra area tiles to multiply x plus 2 with x plus 1. So the first thing I have to do is draw out x plus 2. So x plus 2 is going to look like this. This is what x looks like, okay? And then I have a 2, so 1 and 2. So this right here represents x plus 2. You don't have to write the x plus 2, but you gotta just remember that's what x represents. This one represents x plus 1. I'm gonna make a box out of this. So an x is of this length, this is x, and then 1, x and 1. So this has a length x, and then 1, and then 1 and 1. So this represents, x and 1, x, 1 and 1 is x plus 2. How do we use this to multiply? Well, check it out. When I multiply x with x, all I gotta do is draw the boxes out, right? So if this length is x and this is x, that right there, this represents an x squared. 1 times x is gonna represent an x. 1 times x is gonna represent an x. 1 times x is gonna represent an x. And 1 times 1, this 1 times 1 is 1. This 1 times 1 is 1. So check it out. I've got an x squared. I got 1, 2, 3 x's, and then plus 2. So it must be true that this binomial times this binomial using the area method is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2. Pretty crazy that that's the answer. Okay. Here we go. Box number 3, this is a U-try. I want you guys to try the exact same method that I just did when multiplying x plus 3 and x plus 2. Go ahead and try it right now. Okay, hopefully you got what I got. If you didn't, here's how I did it, right? This represents x, this represents 1, 1, and 1 to make 3. This represents x, this represents 1 and 1. So I can see from this box right here that I would have an x squared, because x times x is x squared. This was worth an x, this is worth an x, this is worth an x. What's 1 times 1? Well, we know that's just 1. 1 times 1, of course, is just 1. 1 times x is x. X, 1, 1. This is kind of fun. X, and then I get a 1 and a 1 here. Okay, so collectively, we'll take a look at what I got here. I have 1x squared, so that's going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 x's, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I really don't even have to think about it because the answer just shows up in the form of tiles on the page. This is pretty cool. This is a good representation of how to multiply binomials. Okay, last one. Here's the extension. I want you to think about this. How can we use algebra tiles to perform the following? I'm asking you to do x minus 2 times an x plus 3. So what's the difference here? What's different about this, and how do you think this is going to impact our method? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow in class.